Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and the worst of all.
What is going on, guys? We are back with another review of a day at an amusement park, and today we will be talking about this visit we just had to Dorney Park for Hallo Thriller. And this is my first park trip this month other than trips to Knoebels, which is absolutely crazy because, as you know, Knoebels is my favorite park in PA, so I've been busy making visits there a lot this month. So this is my first Dorney visit for this month, which is absolutely insane. And like I said, this is the first park I've been to this month other than Knoebels, which is absolutely crazy. And so, yeah, let's just get started. So when we first got into the park, we checked in for the event. And then after that, we got in and got a ride in on Wild Mouse. And then after Wild Mouse, we headed to Talon. And then after Talon, we headed for Kaleidoscope. And then after that, we headed for
We got a
reride on Talon. And then after Talon, we headed to Wave Swinger, and then after Wave Swinger, we headed to
I think another reride.
Another reride on Talon. And then after our reride on Talon came the group pick, and then the Dodge I Taught. And then after the Dodge I Taught, we headed to Hydra, I think it was. Yeah. And then after Hydra, we headed to, I think, Possessed, I think. It might have been Possessed.
Yeah, I think it was Possessed. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I remember we did it
Possessed,
before Iron
yes.
Menace.
And then after Possessed, we headed to Iron Menace. And then after Iron Menace, we headed to Steel Force. And then after Steel Force, we headed to, what did we head to?
Was it Thunderhawk? No. We didn't do Thunderhawk till way later, I think.
Yeah.
I think was it, hold on, let me think about this for a minute. After Steel Force, is that when we headed up to Blood on the Bayou behind the scenes tour?
I think it might. After.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. I remember we rode Iron Menace. I think we got a reride on Iron Menace after that.
Yeah, several rides in on Iron Menace, and then after.
Yeah, that's what 3 more I think it was.
Yeah, and then after Iron Menace, we headed to
the
Blood on the Bayou tour, and then after the Blood on the Bayou tour, we headed to Meteor, and then after Meteor came the group lunch and silent auction, where I won like an Iron Menace banner and an old poster from the Dorney Preview Day showing which restaurants were going to be open. So yeah, so after the lunch, we headed for
Dominator Red?
I think Dominator Red.
I think we might have done something before that, actually.
Maybe Meteor?
No, remember we went on Meteor before the lunch.
Oh yeah, Meteor before the lunch. I keep forgetting. So.
Oh wait, I think we did Dominator and Apollo.
Yeah, I think it might
have been Apollo. No. It was Dominator then Apollo.
Dominator Red then Apollo.
Apollo,
yeah. And then after Apollo, we got a special behind the scenes tour of.
Shout out Ryan.
Shout out Ryan for that behind the scenes tour of our guy Cliff on
in Necropolis.
In Necropolis, yeah.
To see the fake tombstone they made for him, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So after that, we headed to I'm pretty sure it was Well,
I remember we were gonna do Steel Force, and we didn't because of the line at the time.
Yeah.
So then I think we went. Is that when we waited for first house of the day on Blood of the Bayou?
I think it might have actually been that way. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we didn't stop in any lines at that point.
Wait a minute. I think we headed to we did Wave Swinger.
Oh yeah, Wave Swinger. Yes, we did do Wave Swinger before that.
Wave Swinger before the first house of the day on Blood on the Bayou. So after Wave Swinger was the first house of the day on Blood on the Bayou, and then after Blood on the Bayou, we headed to I wanna say we headed to the Necropolis.
Yeah, Necropolis.
Yes. And then after Necropolis, we just went on this phase of wandering around for a while because we were contemplating buying Fast Lane
Yeah,
because
the lines were getting really crazy.
yeah, the lines were getting really insane, and we didn't want to keep dealing with that. So
we just had to give in and buy Fast Lane.
yeah. So after that we headed to I think it was roadside Stop and Shop.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Stop and Shop, I think it was.
Yeah, and then after roadside Stop and Shop, we headed to Thunderhawk, and then after Thunderhawk, we headed to Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
and
it was Trick or Treat because I remember Stufos was closed at the time.
Yeah, and then after the Trick or Treat, we headed to Iron Menace, and then after Iron Menace, we headed to Ghost in the Machine, and then after Ghost in so after Ghost in the Machine, we headed to Burger Barn. Yes. And then after Burger Barn, we headed to Tourist Trap. And then after Tourist Trap, we headed to So after Tourist Trap, we headed to. Seriously, I can't even figure it out.
I'm trying to think. After Tourist Trap, did we head back down to Dang, I'm forgetting now too what we did. I don't. Oh man. I'm forgetting now too. Oh my goodness.
Road. And then after Talon, we headed to I think Hydra, and then after Hydra, we headed to Possess for a rerun. And then after Possessed, we headed for yet another ride on Iron Menace, and then after Iron Menace, we headed to Steel Force, and then after Steel Force, we headed up to Dominator Green.
Dominator Green,
yeah. And then after Dominator Green, we headed to Talon, and then after Talon, that basically concluded our day at Dorney Park.
I think we forgot to mention we rode Demon Drop.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah. So after that, anyways, we rode Demon Drop at some point today, and so anyways, that concludes this review of the day at Dorney Park. So that concludes this review of the day at Dorney Park, and that concludes our visit to Dorney. It included our visit to Dorney Park. Make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, and make sure to stay tuned for more coming soon to Coaster Fest Music 19, and make sure to go check out my merch store on Bonfire. I'll have a link in the description. I sell t-shirts, face masks, all the things. I'll have a link in the description, and make sure to subscribe if you're new. Turn on notifications so you will not miss when I upload a new video, and I will see you in the